What's up, guys? It's been 2000 yugioh. I am your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh superhero. And today, guys, I guess you could say we're getting luminescent. Alrighty, so today's video is going to be a little different than I normally do for these kinds of videos. We're still going to have this little conversation in the front, and we're going to have the replay footage. But where the deck profile comes, we're doing something a little different than normal. This is a requested video, so shout outs to Edgar. This is all you, bud. There is apparently a new Yu-Gi-Oh player who's joining the community and is going to be playing Lightsworn. And being as that I am known in my area as a Lightsworn expert, I was asked to what would a budget Lightsworn consist of, so I have that very thing for you guys. In fact, it actually did surprisingly well. I even beat a few decks that I'm pretty sure I shouldn't have been able to beat, you know, so but like I want you guys to remember, this is indeed a budget deck, though. This isn't going to be very expensive. There's a lot. The power card is, well, you guys will see what the power cards are, but they're not the best power cards. But it surprisingly did very well. This time around, we just chose not to reinvent the wheel. So without further ado, let's bring some divine judgment. See you guys on the flip side. as promised, guys, this is going to be, I did say we were doing things a little different. So, we're going to be doing a live deck profile today. This is a budget Lightsworn deck. This is fairly cheap. I haven't exactly done the research to what this exactly will cost, but I know this is fairly cheap. What I'm going to be doing is during the end screen card, I will make a special end screen just for this video, which will have the price tag for this deck. And this will be a rough estimate to what it'll cost you, money-wise, just in case those of you guys want to know. So, without further ado, let's get into the deck profile itself. So, first of all, we got to have Triple Judgment Dragon. This guy is our win condition. So, this guy is the reason why you're going to be winning your games. A lot of players have forgotten about this card. He's quite powerful, and the way this deck is set up, you should be able to get his effect off, or at least get multiple in the hand. So that way, when your opponent activates their negations, because basically that's what you're going to come across, this guy will still be able to go off. Alright. You know what? I tell you what, guys. If this video gets at least, I want to say, 15 likes, if you give me 15, that's 3 of these boys, 15 likes, I will do a combo tutorial with this deck and so you guys can know all the combos. Triple Wolf, you'll need that. That's going to be helping you get to Minerva. 1 Garoth, you know, extra draws. Triple Raiden, now these are foil, but you can get these in common, which that will be what I factor into the price when I show you the end screen card. But these are just what I personally have because I bought the structure deck way back when. 1 Lila, the Lightsworn Enchantress. She's just better than regular Lila, to be frank, so that's why we have one of her. 1 Trick Clown, part of our engine. Double Damage Juggler. This card is some of our defense as well as our, part of our engine to get to the deck faster. Triple Honest. That's right, guys. We ain't playing around. We're bringing that damage, that spicy damage, and getting rid of problem monsters. Alright, Hat Tricker. This card's going to help us, pay less life points with our Trick Clown, as well as extra summons to make Minerva. 1 Electromagnetic Turtle. This card is basically your negator. But there you go. It's going to negate your battle phase, or the battle phase of the opponent, in case you guys wondered. Alright. Lumina, this is for extra summons, as well as this will get you into Michael, basically. Now for the spells, our draw card, Solar Recharge. Yeah, this card kind of... If you draw this with Charge the Light Brigade, just pro tip, do charge first. Charge mills, therefore we still get something out of it, so you might be able to dupe your opponent into wasting an Ash Blossom, just FYI. 1 Foolish, you can make this Trick Clown, you can make this the Wolves, or just fill whatever the last Lightsworn you need to be. Charge the Light Brigade, our Rhoda, basically. Also, it's not so, the good thing about this card is if it gets Ash Blossomed, we still get the Mill 3, which is still good for us because that means you can still potentially get wolves and clowns and all that stuff. Double Twin! Twin Twisters, gonna let you, get rid of back row because we need to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise to Full Height. Now this card's very important. Rise to Full Height is also, the other thing is, remember I mentioned the Electromagnetic Turtle, you're also going to be using Rise to Full Height in the same manner. So if you guys can't get a hold of Electromagnetic Turtle, or maybe you just want to cut corners on the price tag, you can just get a 3rd copy of this and it'll basically be the same thing. Triple Lightsworn's Judgment. This will cause certain effect. This is going to get you your JD. It also will allow for pops with Minerva. So that's really cool. And then last but not least, Triple Breakthrough Skill. This card is going to be your saving grace because a lot of players will forget this card is in your graveyard. And therefore, if you draw it, great, you can set it and use it against them on their opponent's turn. If not, if you mill it, don't worry, you can use it on your turn. This is what will allow your Judgment Dragon's effects to go off. Now we're going to go for the extra deck real quick. 1 Michael, the Arc Lightsworn. 1 Shooting Riser Dragon. You can basically swap this out for pretty much any other level 7 that you might need. I just picked this one because he's basically kind of like Curios in that it'll send a card to the graveyard. So you could like send a wolf, for example, if you wanted to. Dawn Dragster, this is one of our actual negation cards. Spells and traps are a pain in the butt. Alright, now this card is going to be something you definitely want to pick up for this deck, is Babushka. This card is going to slow your opponent down and slow them down to your pace and allow you to keep playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Star Liege Paladynamo, it's another negation, but it's only on our turn. So there's that. If it gets destroyed, you draw a card. Also reduces the opponent's monster's attack points to 0, as I'm sure you guys saw in one of the replay battles. So you definitely, this is a good, decent card to pick up, but it's also expendable if you don't want it. Minerva, you need at least one. I only own one, so all of my Lightsworn decks only play with one, but you definitely need to pick one up. Exciton Knight, it's just, think of this card as your 4th Judgment Dragon. Fujinte Tsukiyomi, it's another card that you can play. I'm playing it, but I never once made it in all of the games I played, but it's just another card that lets you draw cards. Beauregard Dragon, I would probably argue it's probably the cheapest of the Boral Dragons, probably. I haven't checked on that yet, but I will. But yeah, basically it's it can't be destroyed by card effects, which is why you want it. You know, JD goes off, it's still around. Curios, you definitely need this card. This is a must-have. Deco Talker, it's a cheap card. Nightmare Phoenix, back row hate. Cerberus, get rid of a monster. Hippo Shinigami, this is another need for this deck. You play a lot of light monsters, you need all of that. And Underclock Taker, reducing your opponent's attack points to make more damage. Because our deck is a little on the weaker side and can't make as many decent plays, we have to play a lot of cards that allow us to make the opponent waste their abilities, so we can activate ours. I know that seems a little strange, but that's basically what this deck's all about. Alright guys, so that was the Lightsworn deck for you guys. If you guys have any comments or anything you want to suggest for the deck, remember this is a budget variant. But if for any newbie Lightsworn players out there, make sure you read the comments below. And if for every seasoned Lightsworn player out there, make sure that you leave your comments, cards you would add, take out, etc. in the comments below so that we can help this new guy out. I want this video to be a really good resource for him, and I'm counting on you guys, my audience, to help me do that, because I know you guys, some of you guys are extremely knowledgeable when it comes to these decks, even more so than me. So I want your guys' input. Also guys, if you guys want to help me win the race to 500 subs, then make sure you hit that thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button so I can beat Yusei. He is slowly gaining on us, guys. He's almost to 400 subs, and yeah, this race, I worked really hard. We worked really hard. I want to say I, but it's really we. We worked really hard to get past him. So, you know, help me win this race, guys, so I can put a video on his channel. I'm Untitled Chapter, I'm your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh! Superhero, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.